I like how you talked into the microphone. Like,
I gotta get it all, baby.
oh my god.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Unhitched or Dad Trying. This is episode 9, and I'm your host, Cameron Carter, and about an arm's distance away, plus about 3 footballs, is our co-host, Lauren.
Hey. That's
Howdy.
a very good term of measurement.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't get more American than that. We should
Nope.
throw away whatever, I don't know. Do we use metric?
No.
No? Okay. But
This is America.
But this is what we do from now on. We measure with whatever is closest to us, aka our arms, and then we add in how
arm.
many footballs.
Is it footballs like end to end or like fat side to fat side?
You know, it could be whatever.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it could be like two fat sides. I like that I know exactly what you're talking about when you say fat side of the football.
I know.
And then I guess the other one's long ways, so that
Yeah, like-
process of elimination.
Hamburgers and hot dogs. Do you remember that way of folding in elementary school? It was like if the teacher said to fold your paper and you folded it.
I'm
I don't know
tracking.
how else to describe it other than a hamburger.
Well, just do the motions for me and I'll get it, and
You
we'll leave our
folded it
listeners in.
hamburger.
Horizontal and vertical.
Yeah, like
Wait, who's that?
I'm not on the mic.
we'll get to that.
Okay, whatever
But
that is.
hot dog is folding it long ways, and hamburger is folding it in half fat ways.
I mean,
This is like this is from kindergarten on. This is how I even as an adult, I'm like fold it hamburger style.
I get it.
Same.
You do it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Who is
Sorry. I cannot stop myself.
Let's go ahead and introduce
We
her.
have an eager beaver here that's just so anxious to join us on the podcast today. I can't do any justice to introducing this person, so I'll let you, Lauren.
Okay, well, she is.
It's my wife,
Hi, Amy.
Amy, the baby taker care of.
That
during
is
the
my sole identity.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy you're here. You're always here,
Ew,
but
I'm
you're never
always here.
You're never at the table with us,
Right. The only difference
I'm just
is
lurking, listening.
the only difference is you're only 3 footballs away from the mic today versus 5 plus 5 arm lengths
5 arms and 7 fat footballs.
and 1 long ways football.
Yeah, just one. You're right. That's accurate.
Yeah. Well, what's been going on? Well,
Sorry, I totally screwed this up.
that's okay.
No,
what we
you
normally do is I usually check in with Lauren. So
I'll just sit back for this
I
one.
know what's going on with you. Let's do a little checkup with Lauren. How's it going?
How's it going?
Do I need to rephrase that?
No, I understand the question.
Okay.
It's been. I haven't seen you since last year, you guys. That is my favorite New Year's joke. I've said it so many times. I say, see you next year, or haven't seen you since last year. It never gets old to me, and I know everyone does it. I think it's great. So I haven't seen you guys since last year. It's been a long time. I've really missed you guys, and I've missed recording. It's been hard being away.
Really?
Yeah. I can tell by your act of surprise you feel the same way.
I've missed this.
Really?
No, come on. I've missed the podcast. I know.
But not me.
I miss you. I miss the podcast. I don't, I miss it. Sure.
Well, then why don't you
why-
tell me every once in a while?
why didn't you send a letter?
I know. I need. Some of us need to feel missed around here.
Dearest Lauren, it's been a whole year. Wait, no, that joke doesn't track.
It's been 10 days.
It's been, I don't know, but don't push me in that corner. I do miss this. I probably miss it more than you.
Oh, now it's a competition.
Yeah, I'm okay. I listened to some of our podcasts over the break.
Yeah.
Okay, how many of our own podcasts did you listen to over the break?
One.
Okay. I only listened to one, so
We miss it the same.
yeah, that's why.
Equal.
So we took a little break. We took a week off just for the holidays. I'm going to say it. We took it off for Christmas
That's right.
and in New Year's.
That one too.
And you might as well throw in Kwanzaa and Hanukkah and everything because we could say that, right?
Sure.
I mean, why not? You know, if that was happening, I would. We just needed a 1 week break, recharge our batteries, and here we are now. And I'm in it. I'm ready. I'm pumped. I'm not the most awake person there is right now. I chose last night not to go to sleep.
That was good.
Like, not for the whole night, but I'm just like, I know I need sleep. I'm not going to do it.
Oh. Let the listener know, Cameron, like, I would almost guess he was high when I walked in.
I mean,
He's got that, like, state of giddiness somewhere between, like, slumber party and marijuana.
Yes.
Like, it's somewhere in between there.
it's just called Natural Me. It's the new
Is that your cologne,
2017 me. Natural Me.
Buy it at your local Best Buy.
Best Buy colognes.
That makes a lot more sense.
The best, I mean,
It's sold at Big Lots everywhere. Ouch.
oh man. I think I remember actually going into McFrugal's, which, okay, Big Lots, back in the day, used to be McFrugal's. Weirdest name ever. I hated going in there. I felt like a pauper, like going into this trashy old place.
I mean, it's in the title.
Right.
It's like cheap. Like, hey, come on down, cheapskate.
I know, and they tried to make it fun by like making it into a name, like come see Mac Frugal. Like, oh, it's a person. I love it. I'm gonna be down there right now.
Those places are truly depressing.
They are very depressing. Like, hey, you love Dove soap? Well, here's a different, similar soap called Pigeon. Rub this on your body. And it's
Real feathers in it.
It's $1 cheaper. Yeah, I
But
mean,
I love Big Lots. I do. I love Big Lots.
But why?
I don't know. I go in there for first of all, we need a white elephant gift. It's the best place to go.
oh,
That's why everyone hates White Elephant.
I've bought my most successful gifts from Big Lots for White Elephant. But
what, like what?
I bought for Secret Santa when I was a teacher. I pulled the name I pulled was the U.S. history professor, and I bought him a calendar. It was like a God Bless America calendar. It was hilarious, but it featured bacon every month
Okay.
in some form and some like eagle. So sometimes it was like rednecks riding an eagle,
Right.
Or like
Sometimes bacon riding an eagle.
bacon riding a redneck.
Oh,
Yeah,
This sounds horrible.
it was the tackiest, but each one had this like ridiculous American saying, like a Chuck Norris joke exploded all over the calendar. And it was but it was secret.
I hate this.
that term shall never be used again.
Sorry. I'm not sorry.
You don't use that term in our house.
This
Wait,
is
what term?
Exploded on. I'm sorry, it's 2 terms.
2 words. One thought. Anyway,
Okay.
it was the most popular gift in the gift exchange. All the kids thought it was the funniest thing ever. They were like, "Who gave you that calendar?" And no one knew it was me until they found out it was me. I was the most
And you said
popular
that
girl
I
in school.
did.
You were a big hit with the children?
They were teens.
So, even cooler.
I mean, props, because I have no idea how to be relatable or cool to teens.
I'm only cool to teens. That's like where I peak. It's like, oh, that girl's cool. And then once you hit your 20s, you're like, meh.
Right.
Which is why you were prom queen? Homecoming.
I was
queen.
prom queen. Yeah.
Right.
I just want all the readers to know.
Oh, the readers too.
That's right. We're
Cam
going to
likes
do
it
it.
when you refer to listeners as readers.
Right.
I
Or
don't know
viewers. I mean, we're eventually going to get this into a TV show, and then we're going to have to do transcripts for the hearing impaired that we'll send via mail if they send us a postmarked envelope to us. And we'll,
Yeah.
So, yeah, eventually readers. Amy's got it right.
Yeah. So yeah. Or we're gonna do the opposite thing where it's like the book based on the movie,
Right.
which is usually good.
Right. Like I didn't go see Rogue One. I read the book. And
Is there a book based on the movie? I saw it, guys. I saw it.
let's talk about it.
Okay. First, though, before we do that, I'm sorry. I feel like we haven't gotten to know Amy at all.
Oh. Oh.
Well, I mean, I am the caretaker of the baby, so that's all you need to know. Moving on.
No, there's more to you than baby. What did you... something that people don't always know about Amy. What language did you study in college?
It's a trick question because you studied too, right?
Nope, just one. I don't know.
Husband,
English?
negative
It
points.
counts. I studied Russian in college.
And
which,
English.
I mean,
Get it?
because I did most of my education in English.
That's true. But you didn't take... I guess in college they don't call it English course or English class.
I didn't really take English because I
they
tested
do?
out.
Oh.
So
Beauty and brains.
You tried to show up at the
I
door.
just
of
like
the
to bring
English-
that up anytime I can.
I tested out.
You show up at the class you should have been signed into, like, just peeking your head in with a grin.
And then you say really loudly, "Oh, that's right. I tested out." And then walk away.
Walks in, sets her books down, and waits for the teacher. Everyone else is gathering. Oh, wait. And then proceeds to say that. Yes.
She gets booed as she walks out.
Boo! Boo!
They're all the idiots, I guess.
Yeah.
I always love that about you. I think that's the coolest thing, Russian.
It is completely useless, and I find myself unemployed.
Oh, no.
Oh, but come on. You're employed.
I am underemployed.
There we go. That's better.
I guess that tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know you're capable of everything, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like speaking Russian, I can't do that.
Right. And,
I use it mainly for interpreting what mobsters are saying in movies to Cam.
yeah.
In very vague terms. Not exactly. I'm not that good.
This is a great idea for a bit. What are the Russian villains saying, Amy?
Right. Even I don't care what
It's like
the subtitles
something about
say.
jail and drugs, and I'm not sure. I didn't learn those words
You
in
could
class.
make up anything and we would believe you. Like, you ate the last cookie.
Right. Yeah.
That I would be able to understand, but all of the stuff that people actually talk about in movies, they do not teach you in class.
They don't teach gangster and mob talk.
No.
That
Right.
makes sense. But they're like, where is the library?
Yes.
Show me to your backpack. I need pencils. But they're like holding guns.
That guy really wants to get in the front zipper of that one guy's backpack. That doesn't track. What? I mean, why does he have a gun pointed at him? I don't get this.
Amy?
Hey, me.
Thank you. I'm glad
Thank you.
we got to talk more
Thank you
about
for your service.
Yes. Did you want to talk about Rogue One now?
I mean,
You got kind of excited.
I did, but do you ever get the feeling that your wife is like a Russian spy and that she's doing a very good job at her job? Because I get that every once in a
My
while.
wife doesn't speak Russian.
I mean,
Isn't there that movie with Brad Pitt?
Nope, that's
no,
not
it's
it.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith,
No.
and they're both spies.
It's a new one with
I
Brad
don't
Pitt
know.
and like the French woman. Where she's like, they're both spies and they meet during World War II.
Actually, would be into seeing that.
Yeah. It sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
This is like y'all's relationship. Amy's just, she's pulling the long con on you.
I'm super good at lying and spying and general detective type things.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't been able to uncover any of it, so she's been doing a great job.
Let's be fair though. It's you. So you're not trying too hard to like uncover the mystery.
That was so mean.
What is a low shot? Even my wife. Wow.
I mean, you're trusting. You're not going to be like, Amy, where were you at 7:20 yesterday? The credit card says you were at
Sure.
Big Lots when really...
How do you think Lauren's doing here? Like actually covering? That was a low shot. Just say you're sorry.
I'm... Oh, no.
Okay.
Don't say you're sorry.
No.
Uh, But yes, Rogue One. Let's break it down.
Moving on.
Beginning, middle, and end. Let's talk about it. Spoilers?
No.
Okay, no spoilers. But what'd you think?
Maybe we can spoil. It's been out
It's
for
been
a
out
month.
for a month.
Yeah.
It's been a month.
We can.
It's been a month.
been a month.
Been a month.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Since
I really liked it.
Really?
Yeah, I did. I liked. I think it was. I did not know until after that guy had died 20 years ago.
Oh, snap.
Oh, you thought that was a real person?
I thought it was a real person.
Wow, you just thought he was a
Ooh.
really shiny, weirdly moving person.
I didn't notice anything off.
Wow.
I did not notice anything. And I'm really glad I went into it not knowing that because I wasn't looking for anything.
Yeah.
So I thought they found an actor that looked just like the guy
Really?
from the past. Yeah.
That's been such a hang up for the listener. We'll go ahead and spoil it for you. Grand Moff Tarkin's in the movie, and I think
It's
he was
not much of a spoiler.
No,
It's
it's
fine.
not. I mean, this is immediately preceding Star Wars, A New Hope, and I mean, it was a make or break. Almost every podcast I've listened to that's been recorded after the new year, after the movies come out, has said something about CGI Grand Moff Tarkin, and even CGI Princess Leia, which I honestly thought Princess Leia.
She looked amazing.
She looked amazing. She looked so good, y'all.
She's so
She looked
pretty.
so alive and.
That's the part I
cannot
didn't
do.
like. Because you know what I mean? I knew. Like, I looked at
yeah.
her and I was like, obviously that's not Carrie Fisher
Mm-hmm.
now. So it just, in my head, I was like, that's obviously fake. So it was hard for me. But since I didn't know that was a CGI Grandmaster Tarko, what's his name?
Grandmaster Tarko. Grandmaster Taco. He's in charge of the cafeteria on the Death Star. He's just really.
No wonder he's so grumpy.
Probably it's like really stinky.
Then one day they let him be the headmaster of the Death Star for the day, and he ended up blowing up a planet.
Yeah,
so.
they're like, dang it, Taco.
Taco.
I also did not know that he was dead. Is he dead? The
He is-
actor?
He
Oh,
died 20 years
He's
ago.
very
Yikes.
dead.
So
Like, super dead.
I also did not know that, but I was watching the first scene with him in it, and I was very confused because he looked like he was from a video game, and I was like, not sure
Yeah.
if he was real or not. Like, it was so good, but I was like questioning: is that a real person? Is it a CGI person? And then I thought, if I'm questioning that if it's CGI, it's probably CGI.
Right. I think they were pretty ballsy in doing this.
But I was
Right.
impressed by how well done it was because
I
I
know.
was not sure.
It's,
Yeah.
Another podcast I listened to was referencing it to. There's this movie. I think it was the third Mummy movie called The Scorpion King with The Rock, Dwayne Johnson as this scorpion at the very end. He's not really in any of it other than the last part. He's like this half scorpion, half The Rock. But they
King?
decided to do all CGI Dwayne Johnson, and it's so creepy. And I guess over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's so uncomfortable and it's nightmarish just because the CGI is so bad, not because he's half. Not lobster.
That'd be so funny.
Lobster
if
King.
He was,
Wait,
he was
where's
Scorpion King and he just ended up being a lobster at the end and everyone was like,
Not scary.
I thought
Oh, bum. So we're not using it. I'll just put an extra tail that curls up. Whatever. Leave him in. But it's so, you look at it now, it's so dang cheesy. And
Yeah.
it completely stops the movie dead just because you're just overwhelmed by it. That stumbled me maybe for a couple minutes, but I was tracking. I'd say by the second scene where he was in, I'm like, okay, he's alive, sure.
Yeah. I actually argued with my uncle after because he was like, no, that's not really a person. I was like, no, that's a person,
He
Uncle
was
Carl.
right there on the screen.
I was like, come on. They just found someone that looked just like him.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I thought that Princess Leia was amazing. Maybe it's because of the lighting in the room or how much
In the movie theater.
Yeah, no. In the room of the movie of the set that they were on. In? So, anyway, let's edit this out.
No, there's a new rule. Anytime you say we're going to edit this out, it has to stay in.
Oh,
Sorry. No, but she's actually really bummed and really hopes that we edit it out, but we're not going to.
I don't care.
So I think that's always the thing with CGI. If the lighting's not right. They were really ballsy because in both of those scenes, the lights were like shining on their
Yeah, they
little
were, like,
monsters
fully
they
in the
created. I don't know why they just didn't do it in a dimly lit room and everyone had been like just giving them a pass, but
Yeah, maybe they were too ballsy.
Mm-hmm.
Starting to think that they were really people.
Yeah.
Maybe they're insane. I liked it though. I didn't, like I said, I had no idea that guy wasn't a real person. So what does that say about my ability to notice things? A lot.
Or you were just fully invested. You were like in.
I
Yeah.
was. And the thing is, I don't know that actor. So I wouldn't have known he died,
Right.
But I know Carrie Fisher didn't look like she did when she was 19.
Yeah.
Right.
So I was like, obviously that's not Carrie Fisher,
Right.
And I listened, I think, to the same podcast you did where they were talking about it. And I think that would have been better if they didn't do her full on face, if it had been like a profile or like her robes and her hair, so you could kind of get the illusion that it's her without the full on like CGI face.
Right. Can I draw this out? So let's say that, okay, so first before I draw it out, best Star Wars scene ever is in the last 5 minutes there. Like, I've never been so
That was pretty cool.
It was so
excited.
exciting.
And I know.
I was
And
like edge of my seat.
it was insane. I mean, I would have paid for that movie just to have seen those 5 minutes. If just like, here's a 5-minute clip of Darth Vader, you have to come to the theater and see it. And I would be like, sure. I would have seen it again and again and again. I guess the weird, they could have easily just, when they handed her the plans, she could have just like been turned around and like tried to reach from behind her back and just been like, got it, and like lift it up, and you just see her whole profile from the back of her head, and she like holds it up. This is great, and like that's the last line of the movie. That's how I would have preferred it
So
ended.
glad you're not a writer for that movie.
No,
So glad
Got
that's not how it happened.
No, so it's kind of interesting. Have you heard these things that they like scrap that whole ending? Like, there's like, apparently it could even be that everyone survived at the end. So that's the major spoiler. Everyone dies.
Yeah.
And I agree with that podcast we listened to, that I'm 100% on board with what they were saying about the movie, in that they killed everyone off. I think that was a great idea. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just
It's the perfect ending for that movie.
It was good.
I mean, it really touches on the heavy subjects of like full-on sacrifice, going into something and just knowing like, man, this is worth it, and like this is it for me. This is what I'm going to really push my life into in the end. And so I don't know,
It really did feel like war, which is something that I don't think I ever really think about when I think of Star Wars. I don't think of war.
Right.
I think of like fun in space, but like not like sacrifice.
They were going to call it space fun, but they knew this one was coming down the pipeline. Like, let's just leave war in there. We'll get to a movie 30 years down the line.
Space fun. I'm not gonna lie though.
Oh, I hated that laugh. I got giddy.
I liked it. I always hope for an Ewok, like somewhere, and I was hoping like
great.
one of the rebel fighters would just happen to be an Ewok.
Or have an Ewok.
No, they're capable of being on their own.
They can't be owned like slaves.
Not in space. They're capable of being on their own indoor, but not like
They could
on
have little
Jakku. We
space
weren't on
suits.
Jakku.
How cute would an Ewok in a spacesuit be? I love that idea.
I would really like that.
Yeah.
With like their
He's
little
doing a
arms.
little spacewalk, and you're like, wow. You're like, I don't know how to get back to the ship.
No, he can take care of himself.
He's not stupid.
Are we?
We're all very passionate about Ewok rights.
I know that y'all both have like this one Ewok in your mind, and I feel like I'm
The baby one.
Yeah.
the
obviously.
baby one,
The baby one.
that was in the basket on Return of the Jedi.
The Jedi with Taco.
The little one that was in the basket. I was like, you only see it for 2 seconds. Or are you talking about
No.
Wicket?
Wicket.
Yeah.
Wicket's a baby-ish.
He's like a teen.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's why I like him.
Because he would like you.
Yeah, we'd be buddies.
Turns out he's very racist towards humans or something.
Yeah, he like is he's mean to me, and I'm like,
no,
not what I thought.
no.
Wicked.
Oh, I guess not, because
This is ruining her whole dreams.
your
Ellie's middle name is Ewok.
Ellie Ewok Carter.
It has a good ring to it.
That's perfect.
I did a joke with Amy earlier today, and Amy's holding Ellie, and I just kind of popped in my mind. I'm like, as seriously as I could, I'm like, are we sure about Ellie? Are we sure? I mean,
Like her name, not her existence.
the name Ellie.
Thank you for clarifying
Right?
that.
I mean, because every once in a while, I'm like, I call her Ellie, and I'm like, that's her actual name. So, like, she's going to be, that's going to be on a tombstone one day, and that's very depressing, I know, but, like, that's going to stick.
Well, it's like we just decided that one day, and our word just goes. Like,
Yeah.
people just trust us that that's her name, and we get to decide that for a person. That's crazy.
That is crazy. That's
Wow.
You could name her Ewok if you wanted to.
We had the hardest time with it because that's like so permanent, and it does not feel like we should have the authority to do that for another person.
Do you remember naming Luna was even hard?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, Luna's previous name was Freya, and we're
Horrible.
like, let's get something because Freya just sounds really weird.
Freya does sound like an Ewok name.
Sure, but
The female Ewok, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
We also looking for her right now. She actually still respond to Freya. Actually, no response. That's great. But like, I felt weird. I'm like, can we actually call her Luna from now? Like, is that like, I don't know. It's just like, you're right. It's just like it's too much responsibility.
it's audacious.
Well, I mean, when I got my new car, I named my car, and then I changed her name like a month later because it didn't feel right. And that was hard for me. I was like, oh no, I'm confusing her.
So does that car seem cooler now that you've seen the movie?
Yes.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
You're like, I am the Rogue One.
I am Rogue One, but I hope to live
Oh no!
till the end
No,
of
no, that's not good. They're like,
day.
Nissan's completely on board with the marketing campaign. They're like, all right, great. We're going to start marketing with the Star Wars commercials. This is going to be great. And then like the message is, you are Rogue One. And then they like never knew the actual ending because it's like hidden behind so many walls.
Yeah, and they're like, oopsie.
Oh.
Y'all, I will say, before we get off this and go into Topic Thunder, I think the saddest part of that movie, to me, for some reason,
Is that they didn't kiss at the end?
no. I would have enjoyed a nice smooch, but no.
Really?
Was when the pilot that had that they had broken out of prison,
Caspian.
was that his name?
Sure.
Casper. The friendly mattress.
Sure. The friendly mattress?
It's a mattress company. They're going to be a sponsor one day, so we need to start
Okay.
plugging them now.
Cool. Was when he had just gotten like the thing patched through, and then the one of the stormtroopers came and just
It was so random.
like just turned and just blew him up, like, and like looked right in his eye, and I looked in his eye, and I had a moment, and I was like, no,
it wasn't like a significant death. It was just like
You're
casualty of war. The way it is.
But he didn't get sniped. It was a Scarif trooper.
Oh, he threw the grenade.
He threw
That's
the
right.
grenade.
He threw the grenade.
And that they talked about that too. On that podcast, love the random death. That's war. Like there's no like final moment. And even when
The big guy with his like,
what's his name?
you know what I'm talking about?
This is frustrating me.
starts with an O or something?
Owen.
No.
Owen.
The big guy with like the back strapped,
Right.
Like he got up and walked out after his friend died, and Liz, I saw Liz was with me, and we were like with 12 of my family members. Turned to me and goes, "He's about to wreck shop," and I was like, "Yeah." And then we watched.
3 seconds later,
He dies like no blaze of glory. He just gets shot like after shooting like 3 dudes.
I know, but those were death troopers, and
Is that different from a stormtrooper?
yes. Now there are theories because so let's get canonical up in here.
Boo.
Boo. In outside of the original canon of these movies, those guys are supposed to be like corpses, like dead, resurrected corpses of stormtroopers that they've like somehow resurrected, and they're just like mean, like they're the baddest dudes in the galaxy. And like you can kind of tell that they were good. They were like knocking off people left and right. So I thought it was cool they at least knocked out a couple of those because those weren't like your silly, stupid, like Benny Hill, dun 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 dun, like stormtroopers missing everywhere, and like
hitting their head on the top of the
right,
thingy.
getting killed by Ewoks with sticks, right.
Quit dissing the Ewoks, man.
Hey, no, I'm not. I'm dissing stormtroopers. Ewoks took those guys out.
He kind of did.
He did. He did.
I like that it's only one Ewok for y'all. Remember at Return of the Jedi when the Empire was taken down by Ewok?
Ewok.
Yes.
Wicket
the Ewok. Mm-hmm. I mean, he was pretty crucial. I wonder if it wasn't for Ewok, would they have destroyed the second... If it wasn't for Wicket... would they... No, seriously, would they... I'm thinking this...
No, Wicket is essential to the storyline.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, Princess Leia would have gotten the end. Like, if there's no Wicket, the second Death Star would have gotten finished, and they would have captured Luke, maybe even
I'm
turned
pretty
him.
sure Luke and Leia would have made out a few more times.
I know!
And then
Icky,
everyone would have
icky.
been even more disturbed.
Oh, gosh.
Before we get creepy anymore, let's get into Topic Thunder.
Okay, let's do it.
Boom, 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 Topic Thunder. What?
Still great.
It's good. I was
It's
just...
pretty good, Lauren.
I was telling you off mic, I just got a text the other day from my financial advisor, nonetheless, and my friend, and it just said, Topic Thunder, what?
I'm so impressed that you have a financial advisor.
He doesn't have a lot to work with, but he advises me on what I should do with the little I have.
That's very adult.
It is. I feel, you know what? Let me tell you, it feels really good not having to do that stuff, because I don't know anything.
You know what's not adult? My mommy does our taxes.
That's okay. My daddy does my taxes.
Good.
Man, and then we have a robot that does our financial advising.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, I mean, he's all right, but...
He's
yeah.
like, buy nuts and bolts.
Buy invest in nuts.
Oil cans.
He just sends me texts every once in a while. Oil cans. What is he
You're like,
drunk?
Got it. They're about to go up.
Say no more.
That guy gets me. I want to hear about y'all's New Year's Eve, because I assume you spent it together. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's our topic for today. Oh my gosh, Cameron, we forgot how to do this.
I know.
The whole point of this podcast is for us to live life.
Wait, we could. I'm totally fine with us abandoning the whole podcast.
Podcasts are the concept of the podcast.
At this point, either.
Oh no!
Oh, I was kidding. Guys, I was kidding.
Boo!
Boo. So many boos on this podcast.
No, I'm like the old Muppet.
For the listener, can you what old Muppet?
The old man Muppets.
Oh.
The old men.
I forgot a word.
What? Yeah. That would be great if we could actually have them here sitting, listening in on our podcast, like on a balcony. Would you allow that? They would have to comment every once in a while.
Absolutely. I will allow any and all Muppets to watch our podcast.
Except for Animal.
Oh, if we could have any...
I like Animal.
Who would your top Muppet guest be for the podcast?
Fozzie Bear.
Really? Mm-hmm. It's a comedy podcast, and
I love Fozzie.
ain't nobody better than
I
Fozzie.
love Fozzie.
Yeah.
What would y'all's be?
Muppet Baby Fozzie.
I think two answers that I really are better, than mine. But Swedish Chef.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, classic.
Yeah.
All right, now
It's
shut
really
up.
good for a podcast.
Let me and Lauren talk right now. Just sit the next few out. Not you. No, I was talking about Swedish Chef if he was on here. I mean, he'd just get annoying. I'm like, we can't understand you.
He's fun.
He's purely visual.
Right.
cook us food in the back.
Right.
Okay, so anyway, our topic this week is New Year's Eve. I think this is actually a really good one, because how different is a newly babied couple? I don't know how to say that.
Yeah.
Newly parented couple? No.
I mean,
A couple that recently had a baby.
That's like two babies, like getting new parents.
Yeah, that's not what I meant.
Yeah. Okay.
A new parents.
We're new parents.
New parents
That's-
New Year's Eve
yeah.
versus a single gal's New Year's Eve. I feel like this is the
Super
quintessential
different, I think.
difference. Yeah. that kind of thing. So I want to hear about y'all's first.
So, as the man of the family, I'll go first. We kept it simple, stupid, and we went to just go hang out with the grandparents. They live in Austin.
Your grandparents or your daughter's grandparents?
My grandparents.
Your grandparents. So
Yeah.
Ellie's great grandparents.
Great grandparents. We go there every once in a while. It's our little hangout spot for holidays, and I just love being around them. We've talked about them before, Jim and Ida.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Was Jaman there?
No,
She was not.
yeah. It was awesome. Because I love just Jim's great. Like my ideal guest is just having Jim here on the podcast. It would make for probably one of the more interesting podcasts we've ever had.
I look forward to that.
There are a
He's
lot
a
of good
storyteller.
Jim stories.
Yeah.
He's 85, still practicing architect, still gets so many, he's just in high demand. And,
Wow.
he's really good at it. I love their house. He's very a mid-century modern type architect. And so you can see that in his house, and it's really cool.
Is that where you get like the inspiration? Y'all have like a modern theme.
Amy and I do this thing where we copy our grandparents in terms of styles and trends that we adopt. So like Amy, likes doilies and creepy dolls, whereas I like the sleek modern furniture and
Not entirely fair.
doilies and creepy dolls. That's my thing.
I like heavily floral, busy prints.
and baskets of blankets.
Well, that's just
Cottage.
common sense.
Yeah.
Women.
I love how you said that to me, like I'm not a woman. Women, am I right?
Am I right? Am I right? Borat. Paramount 2010. I don't know when Borat came. I got to credit it. I don't want to get sued. So yeah, but we copy our grandparents, and so that's kind of.
I like that.
Yeah, it's nice. I don't want their house. Oh, I want their house.
Absolutely.
It's a great house.
Awesome.
But I like, even if I had like a shack, I would want that shack to be like designed by Jim, which is these days is like all we can afford with a baby and
A shack.
the market.
The economy.
I'll show you. I'll give you my financial.
We
advisor's
invested in
number.
the wrong kind of nuts.
Oh man, that damn robot.
He never specified which.
Pistachios.
That's what I thought. But we went there. We hung out. A really cool thing about their place is they. I don't know. I realized I just was starting to act like a radio DJ. I'm really sorry.
Welcome to the
I'm going to
Geminitis.
I have this problem on this podcast. You're like, I don't know. You get the idea. You're an entertainer, and so you like, I don't know. Like,
I know what you mean.
all the weight's on me. I got to keep these people entertained. No,
Make them
Because
laugh.
you're wearing the headphones. I'm telling you.
that's true. Mm-hmm. I'm hearing all the stuff that's going out into the little podcast waves out there. I want to
know.
make sure it's good. You know.
I appreciate that. Because I don't have to do anything. So.
Yeah, we're totally casual without our headphones.
super cash.
Yeah, it's kind of. I'm actually going to take them off. I'm going to trust the force
Freewheeling.
and put them down.
Nice.
I can't hear myself. Now I can just be me. This is
There you
actually
go.
really nice. It's really quiet out here. I like this place.
Okay. Welcome to our world.
So we went to a lake house.
Was this FAO Schwartz? Does anyone get that? Did
No.
any of y'all ever go into FAO Schwartz and they would play that song, Welcome to Our World, and it would be
Oh
on
my
repeat?
gosh.
It
I
was
thought
like the
you'd-
creepiest thing ever.
Are you high?
Okay. FAO Schwartz.
Is
toured-
that in New York?
Yeah, there was one in New York. There was also one in Houston.
Oh.
But FAO Schwartz from Big, we've mentioned
Yes.
before. Yeah, y'all might have heard it from our podcast. There was one in Houston, and I remember going as a child and walking in, and there would be this like weird column with like clock. It had a clock on the top, and there were toys all around it. It would spin around,
Sounds great.
and it would just have this song that would play over the loudspeakers on repeat. Welcome to our world. Welcome to our world, and it would just go on and on and on, and it went out of business for obvious reasons.
But was there a giant piano that you could play with your feet?
I think
could you
so.
jump on it?
I kind of, I don't know. I really
like your rendition of that song because it's like
welcome
kinda
to our world.
welcome to our world.
Welcome to.
Disturbing?
Yeah, they're like, no wonder.
Yeah.
Closed down. The kids were crying, running away.
So I mean,
So New Year's Eve,
thank
Lake
you.
House.
did you? It was a lake house. It's
Yeah.
a lake house. Oh, Marble Falls, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So it's a little. It's the Colorado River, but it's dammed off. So technically, I don't know. It's technically a river, but it's also technically a lake. But you go there, it's pretty big. And so they've had it for a while, and we always go down. But what was different about it this time is that there used to be this huge empty lot that we go explore next to the house, and then we get back this time, and there was like $1 million house just like right next to theirs, like this big old like. It was like a 4-story building. Interestingly enough, Jim designed himself, which I was just thinking, like, this is the coolest position to be. If I had a house and I got to choose kind of, you can't really choose your neighbors, but you can at least choose what they have to stay in.
What you look at.
And if that isn't power, I don't know what is.
Yeah. Well, way to go, Jim.
I know. It was really cool. It's a dream house right there. I mean, it's just a fun house. I was kind of jealous. Every once in a while, you would just hear them like on the 3rd balcony. They have 3 balconies.
Wow.
Just like watching football and
Must be nice.
I mean, just
They were
living
having
it up.
a great time.
I know.
Was it? So this was actually New Year's Eve.
New Year's
Yeah.
Eve, right?
Did y'all stay up till midnight?
Yes.
Yeah, we did. So starting the
Like
evening,
12:01 years late.
So I'll kind of start us out with what we started the night out. Pretty simple. Me and my brother and his family was also there. So it's my brother Ben and his wife Ashley, my sister-in-law Ashley, and then their 3 kids. That's Ephraim, who's
4 or 5?
4 or 5, and then Asher, who's 3, and then Eden, who's almost 1 year old.
Some pretty good Bible names.
They are
Very.
very biblically named. Yeah.
Except for Ashley.
Yeah,
Yeah, but she didn't choose her name.
that's true.
Neither did little
Those
Ewok.
parents didn't even.
Ewok's a biblical name. Go on. Don't question me. Go on.
Oh, okay.
Yep,
I
sounds
didn't.
right.
I didn't question you. But basically, they came. They're all being super cute. Eden's. Sometimes I worry a little cuter than.
No?
Well, I was going to say Lauren's cousins.
Oh, yeah.
She's pretty adorable, and she's always just. It's just amazing to think that maybe in 1 year Ellie will be as chill as Eden is.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Well,
She's pretty chill right now.
I know.
She's sleeping.
Yeah.
I mean, this is kind of wild that we just. I mean, we've only had to take 1 break. It's really not that bad. No, we kept going the entire time. We don't edit. I play the intro songs from scratch every time. Anyway, guys, we
So
lit
New
fireworks
Year's Eve, you did light
at
fireworks
6:00.
Like little bitty ones for the kids.
Like-
Okay.
So we got the little
Like
fun
smoke
pack.
bombs.
So
I love smoke bombs.
Do you? Why?
I like to play with them in buckets. So I like light them and
inside
then
the house,
no, outside. I light them and then I put the bucket over it. And I let
Lauren,
the
what are you doing in
smoke-
your room?
And I let the smoke gather, and then I lift the bucket up, and it makes these giant clouds. Anyway,
Nobody told us how to do it.
I'm a little bit of a
You should get
pyro.
into pot.
I can't imagine
Or
how
smoking.
weird I would be if I had any type of pot in me.
People ask you, like, I just like it for the smoke.
I read it for the articles.
Right. So we got like a little fun pack, which is $10, but normally my dad's like a pyromaniac. I mean, I'm a pyromaniac, but he's the king, and he'll go out sometimes and buy like $200, $300 worth of fireworks, and we'll shoot them off the dock near the lake. And it's so frustrating because sometimes I'm just like, we don't have to have fireworks. You just like go buy us a Nintendo Wii and we'll be fine. Like,
I get that way with fireworks too. Like, and then they pressure you to come out and light them,
yeah,
and you're like, I didn't want to do this.
But like I've seen the same fireworks like 100 times in my life, and they're
Yeah.
never different.
You can pretty much guess what it's going to be. It's like, oh, this is the Black Dragon. Like, is it a big loud bang? 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 Wow, guys.
Don't worry, we're gonna edit this out.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, dang it. That's how you get to me. Get to me. We're not going to edit this out.
They're now slinking towards each other.
But you know how it is. It's like you're never surprised by fireworks, ever.
But they're still magical. What I don't like is the pressure to light them off. Like, I'm like, if you want to light them, that's awesome. But I don't. Like, I want to watch them. I don't want to be like,
I'll watch them and I'll go, ooh,
yeah, and you clap. Nice.
Oh,
Good job.
Yeah, good lighting.
Oh, I like that one.
Do you think...
Remember that for next year. We say that a lot. Like, remember that one's called the Crazy Clown Madness. Remember for next year. And it's
geez.
like, yeah, no one remembers.
Not a good name for a firework this year. Crazy
No.
Clown Madness.
Oh, you're right. That
Yeah.
not a good
That's
name.
a scary firework. I don't want to light that off.
Yeah.
But you know, like it's expensive. It's really expensive. So I was really glad that we were able to get away with $10 fireworks, and the kids they were eating it up. Ben
You're not
paid
supposed
for it.
to eat the fireworks,
Right.
Cameron. That, rule number one.
They're not that old. They don't know that lesson yet. That's for 9-year-olds.
They
They'll
lit
get
them
there.
and then ate it, and then their tummy went boom, and he went back in. Like, isn't that in like the mask when the mask eats the
Yeah,
dynamite?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I just
Sure.
imagined.
I mean, every cartoon's done that. I'm sure.
sure.
Name a cartoon.
Milo and
Done it.
Otis. That's
They
not
did
a cartoon. I couldn't think of a single cartoon.
Wait, what did you say?
Milo and Otis
With the pug?
yes. Oh boy.
That'd be great. All right, in this
listeners
scene, we're
should
going to give
know.
your dog one little firecracker. It's going to be fine. But Milo or Otis, I don't know. I forget his name.
I don't know which one's which. I've never seen it.
Neither have I. But those kids, long story short, those kids had fun. I got to light some smoke bombs. My favorite thing about smoke bombs is you throw them in some water, they still smoke.
Yes.
And it's like literal smoke on the water.
It's pretty cool.
I know.
Only the green wicks, though.
The green wicks?
Only the green wicks
That-
are waterproof.
I've never known that. Mm-hmm. Really? So
Yep. When we were growing up, they didn't have green wicked smoke bombs. Now they do.
that's awesome. Well,
Smoke bombs.
I don't think I'd ever seen a smoke bomb before.
you did this weekend.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Man, I used to
Not our
light them
thing.
all the time, like in Allen. I'm like, smoke bomb. It's like you look over at the Neats backyard. There's like purple smoke. It's like Lauren's playing outside again. I'm just over there like, yeah. Look at it. There's nothing else you can do with smoke bombs. You're just like, wow.
I kind of had that same realization in the middle of it. Like, I was lighting one and then putting. I always feel like it's going to explode in my hand, so I still freak out. But I put it in like a little water bottle with the water still in it, and I was like, "Look, kids!" And like none of the kids cared because they were like 3 and 5, and they're just a leaf would be just as interesting to them. And then it just kind of fizzled out in like a couple seconds, and I'm like, oh, I mean, I'm like,
It
have
is
I gotten
kinda lame.
old?
No, but okay, can I just say that's so humbling when you're like trying to get a 4-year-old's attention and like trying to get them to like something and they don't. You're just like, oh,
Yeah,
like this really must not be cool.
Right.
4-year-old. Why do I think that I need a 4-year-old's approval?
I don't know why you think that, like, if you can't get a 4-year-old's attention, you're nothing.
You might as well just crawl back into the hole you came out of because your life means nothing.
But I totally get that. I mean, even trying to make Ellie smile, if I don't get her to, like, if Amy gets her to smile and then I come alongside and she's not smiling for me, I'm like, well, I'm trash.
I suck.
But long story short, for the evening, we went in, we had an actual spread dinner. I'm not just saying spread. Jim and Ida got all the little pickles. They got the little, barbecue weenies.
Weenies?
Whatever you call those. Little tiny sausages.
Weenies.
Crackers, all of it. Awesome. Snacking throughout the night. But then we just kind of settled in and watched Hitchcock movies for the rest of the night.
Yep.
Amy agrees.
It was great.
You've never seen a Hitchcock movie.
I had seen only Psycho, and we watched like 2 or 3 in a row that I had never seen, and I was very into it.
So we
I've
watched.
never seen any of them.
Really?
Highly recommend.
We started out with Vertigo, which is it?
Start out with the birds or birds.
Oh yeah, it started out with the birds, or is it? I really don't know. But that one's always a good horrifying one. That one used to trip up my sister. I remember going down to Galveston, which is on the coast here in Texas, and us going to the beach and watching the birds. And then waking up the next day and just Lyndon having just seen that movie, or she only saw a part of it, was traumatized. And then we went to the beach.
That's reality.
That's reality. You see all those seagulls, they're like... I don't think Lyndon's had a more horrifying moment in her life than approaching that beach and there being like just seagulls all around her. They're scary enough as it is.
Birds are unpredictable.
Yeah. So we saw birds. We saw Vertigo.
Room with a view.
No.
That's a very different movie.
The room.
Room. Rear Window.
Rear Window.
With
You
Jimmy
had the
Stewart.
right letter.
Or is it Cary Grant? Great movie.
Jimmy Stewart.
Hold on, y'all keep you talk for a second.
Did he
tell
talk
Lauren
like
how we.
that? Was he like,
Yeah.
Clarence.
I'll get you the moon?
No, I think it was Cary Grant.
Cary Grant. Which one is he?
I don't know.
Rear Window. Is it?
It
I
all
don't
takes
know.
place in pretty much one apartment, and the rest of everything that's not taking place in the apartment is like from the view of the window. And
This
it
sounds like trippy.
Oh, it's Jimmy
Very-
Stewart. I got it wrong. Yeah, it's
Point
Jimmy
for
Stewart.
Amy.
Which one was? Is it Charades? It must be Charades that I'm thinking of with Cary Grant. But great simple premise. Basically, witnesses a murder, and it's intense, and it all takes place within. I don't think they ever leave the room.
They leave, but you only see the action from the view of the window.
Right.
So it's all shot from inside.
Disturbia with Shia LaBeouf was a spoof off this movie.
Was it really?
Yeah.
It's
Oh.
amazingly suspenseful for never leaving the room.
Oh, yeah.
It's great.
I bet that because it's like you're trapped in there. Like you can only see what you can see.
Oh, yeah. So it's a great movie. Check it out whenever you get a chance.
Okay.
That's I will never do that.
I might actually.
I mean, you love It's a Wonderful Life.
I do.
You'll love it. I mean, it's
the same.
Same premise.
it's I think it's like number 40 on AFI's
Best
top 100
movies ever.
Yeah. I mean, I would say it should be further up because no one really likes Citizen Kane, the number one. That's stupid.
Never
movie.
seen it.
Yeah. Who here has seen Citizen?
My life goal is to never see a single one of those movies on the top 100 list.
Ooh, did
That's
you see
too
Star
bad.
Wars?
Gone with the Wind?
I'm kidding.
You've seen
some
a bunch
of
of them.
I've seen, yes, reluctantly, and then I loved them.
Anyway,
I don't
in
want to watch
typical
Gone with
fashion,
Wind.
our celebratory evening involved watching movies all night, which
Yeah.
is very Carter-y.
It's very Cartery. Like, we love our movies, and we love ruining the plots to movies. Ida loves watching a movie and then, without talking to anyone in particular, saying, "Oh, now he's going to kill her. He's going to kill her." Like,
She will pause a movie to say, "Oh, that necklace is the necklace of the dead lady."
no, yeah,
She like makes sure you hear her ruin it.
right.
And you're like, okay.
Thanks, Ida.
And that was the main spoiler from Vertigo that she didn't stop it because thank heaven it was just on TV, and I don't think they know they could even pause their TV.
I have seen them do that before, though. Pause a movie to give a spoiler.
Even my dad will do that. My dad will more unintentionally do it, but
I'm glad this habit has stopped with you.
really,
Someone had to break
Has
this
it? Because
habit.
we're doing it right now.
That's true.
yeah,
But
well,
but I've never witnessed
These-
it in the moment watching a movie with y'all.
right.
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, I'm.
We'll do that for you next time.
No.
It's actually quite enjoyable. I love it. I get to know more about the movie. I'm well prepared for when the event happens. No surprises. You know.
No.
So we watched that, and then like everyone went to bed. Ida went to bed. I actually remember Ida and Jen went to bed at 9. My brother and Ashley went to bed at 10, and then Amy and I just stayed up and finished. I think we just finished out Rear Window, and it like turned 12 o'clock. I'm like, hey, Happy New Year. Let's go to bed. But yeah,
much.
Boom.
you know, do we wish that we're out doing something?
Yes.
Sure. I mean, but
Amy
like,
answers quickly.
but only for like the last maybe 4 hours of the night.
Right.
You know, I don't want to go get ready and like get everything, you know, ready to count something down, and then no more than 5 minutes later leave and drive home with a bunch of drunk people on the road. Like, I mean, I liked what we did, and well, I'll let you go. How'd it go at the lake house?
Well,
Miss the lake house.
I went to a lake house.
This episode should just be lake houses.
I know, lake houses. Wow, we are spoiled.
We are. We're all well off white kids.
Indeed.
Yep.
Well, we're not. Our parents are.
Well, we're privileged.
That's true.
We're very privileged.
Yes. But we're not well off. That's what I meant.
Oh, yeah.
We're definitely
we're
white.
poor as
I wasn't
dirt.
questioning that.
Super white.
But so yeah, I hosted a group of about 12 to 14 people at the lake. It kind of varied. Different people showed up at different times, but it was really fun. It's a little stressful when you host that many people, but I think my favorite part of the whole weekend was Friday night. So I got out there Thursday, and
Yeah, go on.
okay, and I can't look at you. You're being a goober.
I'm intentionally listening.
Okay.
I'm just resting my arm,
Okay.
putting my cheek on this table that's no more than 1 foot wide. I'm just listening.
You're doing good. Friday night. So I got out there Thursday night, and it was just 3 of us out there Thursday. But Friday, everyone showed up, and for the most part, we had like this epic night of like being 12 again.
Oh.
But the kicker, we had alcohol. Like we played a board game first, this really fun board game, and then we played an air hockey tournament, and Chemo, one of my friends, literally made a bracket, a double elimination tournament for air hockey.
So he sucked all the fun out of it.
No, it made it more fun because you were looking at it and you're like, this is legit. And I like drew names out of a hat. It wasn't a hat, it was a jar. Out of a jar to like write down who played who. So it
Thank
was
you
like,
for your honesty.
who has a hat lying around? There's actually one right behind me. But it was, so we played a double elimination air hockey tournament. It went on for like 2 hours. It was intense. We were all like sweating because we were playing so hard. But while you were in between games, we had Guitar Hero set up. So we were like rocking out to Guitar Hero, and then we were like, wait, it's my turn for air hockey,
Pause.
guys. Pause.
Okay, so
This is my worst nightmare.
this is my best nightmare. I mean, so it's not like a dream that I want, but it's like not because like when you play those tournaments, it's like who's got next on pool or who's got next on air hockey, and it's half the time it's like
a chore.
right, it's short. Oh, go downstairs and get so and so, have them come up. It's their turn, and then like no one's watching and no one really cares. But if y'all are like in the same room and like
Yeah, we were
you have
all in the
something
same
to
room.
do at the same time,
Exactly.
I get that.
And so, but also you forgot alcohol.
Yeah.
So, like, you're playing Guitar Hero, and I also have SingStar, which is like a karaoke game.
Oh, we know what that is. Sure.
Yes.
You're
So,
adding to the nightmare for me. It's just piling it on.
You would have just been like, I'll be downstairs.
I brought a
And
book.
then we had jars of nails that you got to eat.
Oh my gosh.
An actual-
Carter's, calm down. I listened to your story. Damn.
Okay,
Anyway,
sorry. Let me.
We
intently
played
listen.
SingStar,
Uh-huh.
Guitar Hero, and air hockey tournament, and it was like everyone. It was literally like we all just went back in time. We were all like 12 years old, but again with alcohol, and it was so much fun. Like watching some people like I never knew could dance the way they can dance while they were playing SingStar. I was watching. I was like, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud that you guys came.
So,
But,
do you get extra points for dancing, or is it just?
No.
I think y'all are playing the wrong game then.
It wasn't Dance Dance Revolution. It was SingStar.
Don't you have Dance Dance Revolution?
I do not.
Oh, okay. That was
I
a
mean-
good thing we didn't go this weekend.
That's the whole thing. That's the whole reason why we wanted to go. So Friday night was really fun. And then we started to watch Sausage Party, but for some reason it wasn't working. We only got about
Just
10
the movie as a concept?
no, like the actual playing of the movie. So we got about 10 minutes in, and I think that was, meant to be, because
Enough.
looking around, it was like a bunch of my friends from church, and I don't know if I could have looked at them the same after watching Sausage Party, because I've heard some things about it. I will say the first 10 minutes were hilarious. I was cracking up, but I felt like the room would have turned on me had I continued to laugh as hard as I was laughing at the rest of the jokes. Cause
She's enjoying this movie too much.
I think that's
She is laughing at all the naughty parts.
I was laughing at the parts where you're like, I wish my laugh wasn't so loud right now, like, because it's embarrassing. But it was funny. The next day was really chill. We played. Everyone I love this group because everyone kind of did their own thing. Some
that's the
people went
best.
on a run, some people went on a walk, some people went and laid in the hammock. Like, it was just super relaxed, and which is great for the host because then you don't have to host anyone. You just get to chill.
Good.
But New Year's Eve was actually spent. We watched Hot Rod.
Yep.
Classic New Year's movie.
Always a winner. I was cracking up.
Is that tradition now for the lake house?
No, not really.
It should be.
It should be. Let's make it that.
Okay.
Okay.
It is that now.
Even if we're not there, you have
Hot
to play.
Rod, of course.
Done.
It was great. I didn't even choose it. That's the thing. I was in the other room
Really?
and I heard the music and I was like, "What?" And I ran in and it was like,
That's
Rod,
magical.
I know. I was so proud of
You're
everybody.
like, do I stand and put my hand over my heart?
I know. Andy, if you're listening, please write us and you can come be a guest. Andy Sandberg.
Oh yeah. I prefer we talk about this before we just go willy-nilly inviting people to the podcast.
No.
Okay. All right.
Not Andy. He is my favorite.
We should just have a segment on here, which this should be a segment is introducing new segments we could do. But let's just do our business just on the podcast, like talk about.
What do you mean by that? What kind of a podcast is this?
I mean, we could call it business.
Business
and-
time?
Oh gosh, that's 3 different kinds of businesses we just talked about there.
Yep. Gross.
All gross.
Anyway.
No, not the normal kind. You need normal business.
Which one's normal to you?
I'm so confused.
Sex.
Oh, I was thinking toilet.
Oh,
Either way, gross.
listener.
I just pointed at Cameron in a very accusatory way.
And literally wagged her finger at me.
No, bad.
We probably shouldn't. But so that was Saturday, right?
Yeah, Saturday we watched Hot Rod, and then it was beautiful at the lake. It was like 75 degrees and sunny outside. It was like the perfect. It was too warm for my taste for New Year's Eve. But that night we did a little we were so funny. We did like a little improv thing.
Oh, great.
We were like acting. It was really fun. I was hilarious.
Yeah.
Needless to say.
What was the suggestion?
I had to be the voice for Rachel. It was like they were acting out, and me and another guy were doing the words that they were not saying. And I made her French, and she was like, "Oh, baguette!" It was really fun.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Let's get you to the UCB.
that's right.
Get at the. It'll be like a way.
What?
Well, like there's the movie Get 'Em to the Greek, but this is like Get 'Em to the UCB.
Get him to the UCB.
And I wouldn't want to see either.
So we did that, and then we went outside and had firework time. It was really fun. Jesse bought some fun. They're actually really nice fireworks. We had a good time, and we started playing music, and we were all dancing on the deck. It was hilarious.
We used to do that.
I know,
Oh, I
but we were
forgot.
on the deck this year, not the dock.
Oh.
Just imagine it
Much
that,
safer.
but like up near the house.
Oh.
And we had the chimenea going.
Ooh.
Oh, the one that exploded?
No, we got a new one.
Let's make this all about in jokes.
Yeah.
Let the listener know a couple years
And
ago.
let's never define who Rachel or Jesse are.
Friends.
Just friends.
Yes. Our chimney exploded at the lake. Anyway, that explains that. So we were around the chimney hanging out, and at
Fun to say.
midnight we're playing music. We played Old Lang Syne at midnight, and we popped champagne. Everyone got a glass, and we were all hugging
No
each other.
one was left out.
I did a cheers. They were like, "Lauren, say the New Year's toast," and I was like, "Okay."
What was it?
It was short and sweet. It was, "Here's to 2017 being the best year of all of our lives." That's all it was.
Oh.
But it was heartfelt, meant it. So then we just hung out by the fire for a couple hours, called it a night. It would, in a way, it was like
Everything you want out of a New Year's Eve?
exactly. There was no party, there was no driving. It was just friends hanging out, super
Perfect.
relaxed, really fun. Not a single person drank too much. There was no one to take care of. It's kind of fun being a grown up,
Right.
sometimes. In this aspect, it is, because you don't have to babysit anyone unless it's your actual baby.
Yeah, we
Ooh.
had
Y'all have to.
Yeah.
Different kind of babysitting.
You-
But you do have to make sure it doesn't vomit, just like if you're to babysit
right.
a drunk girl.
That's my job. I'm anti-vomiting. Amy's everything else.
I mean, if she's gonna vomit, there's nothing we can do about it. Just have to
What
let it
can
happen.
you do?
Take her outside. Take her outside.
You're like, no. Hold it in. So yeah, that was my New Year's. It was really nice.
Sounds great.
Yeah, it was relaxed. It was great.
Almost I mean, that's magical. So we normally are there. We've been there the past 3-4 years, right?
I don't know. We
missed one
missed
in there.
A few even.
Yeah,
I do
think-
enjoy it.
I don't remember when the last time.
It was actually, it was at the lake house that I just kind of told myself, hey, it was before Amy and I were officially dating. Mm-hmm. Just looked at her and I was like, I think I want to marry her. I figured that out at your lake house.
I love that.
I know.
I love that. I remember that weekend because
Glad
y'all
you
were
don't
both
hate it.
being weird.
Yeah.
I knew Amy liked you. I
And
didn't
I
know
was
what you were doing.
Looking behind the trees, just like,
You slept in your car or something like that. Or, of course, the only place that we let you sleep was the freaking love seat for the 6'8" guy.
oh, we've slept in worse places under there. You literally Harry Pottered us one year.
What?
Under the
Where?
stairs.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
But
you're
you
like-
had a bed.
Yeah, I guess so. All is forgiven.
So did
You know,
Harry Potter.
Harry complained a little too much. You got a bed, all right, boy.
Boy,
That's better
child.
than a lot of people have.
That's true. What a little shit.
I know. Ungrateful. Man.
I think it's a text message.
I know, but I don't know who that is.
You just looked very confused looking at your phone.
Oh, well.
That's what happens. It usually glows and shows you a little message.
Textual message. Wow. The times.
And
So what
that
comes
means
next
that
on
it's time to go ahead and wrap this up. And, we'll speed it up. We'll get back on track here. Rate that weekend, Lauren.
Time for ratings. Siri. Sorry. Okay, I would give it a 9. 9.
So anytime you do this, you crouch really close to the 10. 1 out of 10. What was missing?
Well, because to me, 10 is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing was out of place. There's nothing you wanted more. But 9 is what it was because, I mean,
Yeah, go on.
it's New Year's, so you want that New Year's kiss. You want that person to hug and not be like, "Oh, Happy New Year, friend," and then you go off and hug someone else, friend.
Oh.
So I know I say
I
that
just
every
got
time.
anxious just hearing you say that.
What Happy New Year,
I felt
friend?
anxiety just at a party full of what I call half friends. And you're just going around hugging everyone and you're like, I want you to have a happy New Year. And internally you're just like, I don't know your name.
Well, it wasn't like that.
I know, but I'm saying
I knew everyone's
what I was
name.
picturing was I can just nightmare it up in my head.
No, I mean, that's the thing. It was wonderful.
Mhm.
But New Year's, there's like all that stigma around it as like
Right.
a romantic thing. So, I mean, it was as perfect as it could have been without having someone to share with. But I had like 9 people to share it with that are good friends.
Ooh, so is this the caveat? You'll never reach a 10 unless you have.
No, it depends on the thing. Like,
True.
it depends on the thing. If it's something that you're supposed to have a partner with, well, yeah, because I don't have one. But if it's like brunch, which is a totally non-coupley thing to do, it was a 10.
What? Wait.
Do you see?
Yeah. Was it a 10?
It was.
Oh, well, there you go. You know what? I'm going to yield my rating to my wife.
Oh, I get to rate for
you
us?
get to you get to rate for us.
I mean, okay, this is tough because it was not a horrible time, but it was not super fun either. I don't know. It was kind of a typical weekend at the lake. There was nothing really special about it. We kind of stayed up out of obligation.
So I'm going to hold my rating under the table. Don't look at it.
Oh.
Nothing,
I thought I was
nothing
supposed
like
to look under the
super
table.
New Year's-y
Yeah,
about it.
it was sort of a letdown in that it didn't feel very celebratory or special. But it was still a nice time. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't very New Year's-y. I don't know.
If we were doing
I'm gonna go,
a good night in, it would be a 10 for me.
sure, but it was New Year's. It was
Right.
pretty lame. Like, we had a bottle of champagne and we didn't even pop it because
No.
it felt like, what's the point?
And we're tired.
It's like, yeah. And hearing your description of the lake house there with like people we know and friends, it sounds great, and I wish we were there. So that kind of bumps my score
bums
down a
us
little
out even more. I had a score originally, so that's why I'm yielding it to Amy.
I'm gonna go 6.
Mm.
Is that rough? Is that
No,
the low?
no.
Yes!
No, I was thinking
It's like
5.
barely better than
five,
good.
5 or 6, but
Yeah.
I was kind of more towards 6 until I heard Lauren's story.
Yay!
You totally win. You totally win. That sounds wonderful. And ours was
Thank
just
you.
like fine.
I wove a great story.
It just reminds me of times we've been there, and it sounds like when we used to be single, and now we're not. And it's horrible.
No. Oh, God.
No, it just feels like I'm a mom now.
Yeah.
You're a mom, but you'll always have the lake. You will.
Yeah.
Maybe next year you can bring Ellie and like give her a nice Benadryl, put her to
No.
sleep early.
We're not always going to have
Yeah.
the lake. Thanks, Obama. Climate change, am I right? It's all his fault.
Sure.
I don't know.
All right, so I win New Year's Eve.
You totally win.
Good job.
The singles win New Year's Eve. Take that, America.
Married America.
And, by the way, we watched When Harry Met Sally Sunday morning, which is my
that's
New
great.
Year's.
That's always a
Tradition.
movie that we watch there, right?
Yep. It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah. Oh, Carrie Fisher in that movie.
Yep.
She's in that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
She's the friend that gets married.
That's
Marie.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
She's great in that movie. She's
Right.
so great.
Yeah, this is, we're recording this obviously post Carrie Fisher death. But,
So sad.
well, let's go ahead, jump into the last segment here.
We like to call this segment Dumb Things.
We do.
We do. I'm not going to do it, Cameron.
Dumb things.
No! Favorite.
So we went first. Why don't you take the
Go first?
cake?
Okay.
I mean, take this.
The pie.
Take the pie.
I had to reach far back into the memory banks for this one. And I think earlier you guys thought I might have been texting. I wasn't. I remembered my dumb thing and I had to write it down because I didn't want to forget it. So I had to go back all the way to high school for this one. Do y'all remember, or have y'all ever been to a restaurant called Dick's Last Resort?
Yes. With you.
For Jessica's bachelorette party. That's right. This was before that. Okay, this was like senior year of high school. I was going for my older friend's 21st birthday. So actually I might have been 19. Anyway, I was standing there and I looked like a 19-year-old, first of all. I was like I had like baby fat face, like curly blonde hair. I was wearing
Aeropostale shirt.
right, like a t-shirt and jeans with like Adidas. I looked like my mother dressed me. And I'm standing there with my group of friends, my high school friends. We were always getting into shenanigans. And
The bar?
No, just
Okay.
just in general
Oh, okay.
shenanigans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We were standing there and these older men came up and talked to us, which is first of all weird, right? Like we're obviously in high school, but they come up to us and they're just like, blah, 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 like a little drunk. And this one guy has a huge beer belly, and I'm talking like beer, like he could be pregnant with twins. And we're just chatting, and eventually we end up going back to our table to sit because we don't talk to strange men. And the guy comes up behind me. And he just goes, "Hey, do you like tacos?"
Oh, is it Grand Moff Tarkin? Grand Moff Taco?
It was Grand Moff Taco. And I go, yeah? Like, who doesn't like tacos?
Yeah.
And he goes, "Well, good." And he pulls my chair back, lifts up his shirt.
No.
And he had a tattoo of a taco on his beer belly.
No.
He slams my face
No.
into his belly. And he goes,
Oh.
"Taco, taco, taco."
That's assault.
I was like, "What is happening?" I was just like, "What are you doing?" And my friends thought it was hilarious. They were taking pictures. And I'm just like
They had
you
the
can't
time
see.
to take the pictures.
But they did. This was like, I think, honestly, it was disposable cameras. Like, this is back in that day and age. Yeah, the click, 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 click. But we had it for the birthday party. So just imagine my face, like, smushed like this. And he's just going, "Taco, taco, taco." I was like, "What's happening?"
Oh.
It was
So
Dumb.
It was dumb.
are there actual pictures of this?
There are, they exist somewhere.
I say you press charges using that as evidence.
I don't know his name. Taco guy. Like, Taco Belly.
I'm sorry.
Is I don't know. What's the Statue of Liberty on that?
Statue of Liberty.
I don't know. Yeah, but it might be a little late.
A little late. But
Statue of Liberty's
I
been there
don't
for a
know his
while.
name. I would just show the cop, like, look for an overweight man with a tattoo of a taco on his
The
belly.
thing is, he's probably still at Dick's Last Resort.
You're probably right. That's like his hang. Like, who
He's
hangs
a
out
regular.
there?
Is it Dick?
Maybe it was. I don't know. He might not be alive today. Who knows? Like, you go shoving girls' faces into your belly, like, you're bound to get shot.
I have a real problem with this.
I could tell it was really funny at first, and then y'all both got real serious with my story.
I know that it's supposed to be funny and all your friends were laughing, but I just am not.
2
fine
years
with it.
before, that would have been like on the news, right? I
2 years
if you're
before?
if you're if you were 17 and someone
Oh,
did
yeah.
that to you, like that's not cool.
Yeah.
Oof, oof.
Uh,
Sorry.
Wow, this just took a downturn.
Thanks,
Sorry.
Obama.
Who else wants to share something fun?
Okay, Cam.
I have a great dumb thing. I as part of my work, I have to go to the city's permit/development center office. And so I went in today. Now, for those of you who don't know, here at the table, Amy and Lauren, that is really kind of it's just a man club there. Like, it's just a bunch of contractors going in and out, and a bunch of architects and project managers going in and out, getting permits and getting things approved for, houses.
Break that glass ceiling.
Yeah.
Dismantle the patriarchy.
Yeah.
Get your rocks and throw it at them.
Girls want permits too. Girls want permits too.
We want to build stuff.
It's actually just y'all are doing this outside of a Lego store. So I am in the bathroom. This is a bathroom dumb thing. Were you going to say something, Lauren?
About to be super offended that you think only girls can build things out of Legos and not real things like wood. Go on.
I mean, I think y'all can do all things. Y'all can do all things.
Thank you. All things that an Ewok can do.
Tis true.
Mm-hmm.
Man, one day we'll get Ewok rights. Ewok suffrage. So bathroom story. Back to the bathroom. I just, I don't really talking about bathroom stories ever. I don't talk to people in bathrooms ever.
Why should you?
Right. But there were two gentlemen in the bathroom who, you know, I'm at the sink washing my hands, about to get out of there, but they start talking. So I start to slow things up a little bit because I'm curious. And I actually remember it verbatim. One of them walks in and he's like, to the one guy about to go into the stall, "Hey, Walter, how are you doing, man?" And the guy who's about to go into the stall is just like, "Man, life's about to get very good in just a second."
Oh my gosh.
And he was like, "Hey, it's good seeing you." He's like, "Good seeing you."
Have fun in there, Walter.
So Walter, like, just very, I don't know. This is a nice restroom for a city. So, I mean, that could be what.
Maybe he was saving it up for there.
Yeah, I mean, I have, you know, it's fun. You know, sometimes going to the bathroom can be fun.
It's good times.
Yeah, like if you ever been to, for all my guy listeners, you know, you've been to a urinal. That's the worst merging of words. Urinal funeral. Urinal. I feel like Jerry off of Sparks and Rec.
Sparks and Rec.
Sparks and Rec.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not going to say real things from now on.
He's lost it. Oh my gosh.
But a urinal that had a target on it. You get to aim at the target in the urinal.
I'm glad.
Yeah, that's my dumb thing.
That's good.
Amy, what about you?
Okay, so my dumb thing is something that happened yesterday.
Good posture, by the way.
Thank you.
Okay, go ahead.
It's more something I did yesterday, which was very dumb. I was, I had just put Ellie down for a nap, and I was I don't know what I was doing in the living room. I must have been doing dishes or something. And so I went back to check on her and found that I could not open the bedroom door.
Yeah.
And
What?
I pretty much immediately lost it. And no matter how hard I tried, I could not open the door. And I was just so confused because there's not a lock on the door. And there like was no reason. I'm like going through in my mind, like, what if somebody came into the apartment while I was not paying attention or wasn't in the room and like went back in there and like barricaded the door and is in there with Ellie, and I was like, my mind is going to insane places.
Oh my gosh.
And I just didn't know what to do because my phone was also in the room with Ellie, so I couldn't call anyone to help me.
Oh my gosh.
And Ellie was fine. She was asleep in her bed and was not awake or capable of going anywhere or hurting herself. So I just still kind of lost it. So I look out the window and the handyman is downstairs to the apartment. Thank God. So I run downstairs and he is in his car smoking a cigarette, which is very on brand for Harold.
Handyman Harold.
Sounds like a smoker.
Yeah. So I explained to him what had happened. Like, he came upstairs with me and he's like, calm down, calm down. I was like, don't tell me to calm down, Harold.
And he's like, I got
He's
this.
like, have a smoke.
Harold likes to make me feel dumb for being a girl and tell me things like, I need to calm down.
Your emotions are
Yeah.
going wild.
Yeah, I was like, my baby is stuck in the bedroom and I can't get in there, so I feel like this is an appropriate time for me to be a little bit on edge.
He's like, this is why a woman can't be president.
It's not that I was like screaming hysterically. I was just like, can you help me?
You're like having a normal reaction.
Yeah. I felt like it was normal. So he opened the door. It turns out there is a lock on the bedroom door. That's the dumb part. I
Oh
didn't
my
know
gosh.
that there was a lock on the door, and somehow it had gotten turned, the knob, and
It went to the dark side.
I can't explain it. Something.
Y'all have lived here for like 2 years.
Yeah. I
That's
can't
crazy.
explain it. So he replaced the knob so that doesn't happen again.
Good.
And Ellie was asleep the entire time.
I imagine though, like in my head, there was a tiny little Ellie with her like foot pressed up against the bottom of the door.
It
being
passed
like,
through my mind. Like, what? Like, how?
She's like, no, mom.
So that was horrifying because the way you wrote your text to me yesterday explaining it was almost like real time. It was after the fact, but I was reading it almost
because
as
my
if I
phone
was
was
in
in there.
real time. I'm like, Ellie's locked in the bedroom? Oh no. And then I like looked away and then I looked back at my text and I was just like, Oh, and then Harold came in and just. Oh, okay.
It's
I'm
all
like,
settled now. This is an emotional roller coaster.
I don't know, something about the verbs and the tense you use. Just like
I'm a
threw me
very
off.
dramatic
I
texter.
freaked out in my office yesterday, and I want to just. Yeah, it was not good.
I'm really glad Harold was there.
I'm glad too, and most of the time I'm not happy to see Harold, but
Hey, Harold,
I take it back.
If you're out there,
Harold helped us.
yeah, Harold, the handyman, helped us.
He tends to try to make me feel stupid, but I mean,
He's
That's-
completely justified
his,
in his demeanor.
it's his male
power stance.
Right.
That's like he has little to feel elevated in life, and that's where he chooses to feel elevated.
he's a mansplainer.
You
know,
Yeah.
And he'll probably white mansplain things too.
What? Is that there's a difference?
I think that's the same thing. Is it?
Maybe. I don't
It's
know.
just man.
I don't know things. I'm just trying to be relevant.
Just like a man.
Yeah, you're not woke.
Let me tell you, ladies, y'all be quiet.
Let me, ladies. Shh, shh, shh.
So, I'm totes fine with Harold now. He saved the day.
Yeah,
Thanks,
yeah.
Harold.
I'm sorry for all the things I've said about Harold, but they were true.
I'm sorry for all the true things I've said. Well, I'm glad that Ellie was fine and unaware of your panic. You'll tell her this someday. Be like, I thought I lost you once
She'll be like,
in the bedroom.
"That's a lame story, Mom.
Mom,
I
chill.
can't believe you said that on a podcast, Mom."
I was just trying to get some space.
Hey, Ellie, if you're listening, go to bed.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just picturing Ellie with all of her
Go
friends. And they're like, guys, we should listen to our parents' really crappy podcast.
You guys, this is so embarrassing.
And they're weird Aunt Lauren. She's still not married, guys.
Oh, nice. You get the hoodie on.
I put my hood on.
And we all know what that means. It's time to slam the hood down on this podcast and call it a night.
Good segue.
I'm super tired.
I'm in a doobity.
So we want to thank you all for joining us again this week. And we want to thank you, Amy, for being our guest.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I'm so glad that you were here. I've been wanting you to
I
guest
live
for
here.
a while. Yeah, thanks for being here.
And thanks for stepping up to the mic.
Yeah.
So let's end in prayer. I don't.
Sure.
So we'll probably see you here next week if you haven't officially clicked that unsubscribe button. And
I'm going to take over for Cameron because he has a hard time signing off the podcast. So if you would like more of Cameron or Lauren, you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Cam's handles are CamCarter2010.
Yeah, it is. What? Why?
Why did you shake your head like that?
I'm just messing with you.
Stop it. You can't do that.
No.
I can.
That's not.
We're gonna edit this out.
I can hear you shake your head humorously.
I think I can. I don't like that you told me I couldn't. Now I'm going to tell you that I can, and I'm going to pick up right where you left off. Lauren's Twitter's like Neatos Tweetos. Check her out. Her Instagram is Neateroni. Do you want to spell it?
Neateroni.
Neateroni.
And Amy, do you have anything you'd like to plug?
Sure.
Proper spelling?
I have a website and an Instagram.
She has a website.
We did not discuss this at all,
That's okay.
but I have a calligraphy business.
She's very talented.
I'm sorry we didn't discuss it.
That's fine. You can find me at Amy Carter Calligraphy.
On
And
the internet.
Yeah, everywhere.
That's your
.com.
website too?
Yeah, .com or on Instagram, just that with no .com.
Amy Carter Calligraphy.
Yeah.
Seriously, check her out. Look at her stuff. She's really talented. Hire her for your next wedding, bar mitzvah.
Or ransom note.
If you want to commission a beautiful piece of calligraphy art,
I would love to do a ransom note, honestly.
Ooh, ransom
I mean,
note.
if it,
Like to
I don't
the
want to
people-
contribute to any crimes, but if it wasn't going to be used or sent, I don't know.
Maybe you could do a note in the process of a ransom. So, like, you were sending the cash to get the girl out from the people that
I was
are holding
thinking
a
more along
ransom.
the lines of like for a movie.
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know.
Or like a ransom note themed love letter.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah. Kind of like weird and creepy,
Love
but
it.
adorable.
Yeah. Cute.
I've loved you ever since I saw you with my telescope.
Yeah, that's so cute. I would just email me.
Cool.
Hey, they did that on Rear Window. Anyway.
Also, if you have questions for us and want to contribute to our Heart Time segment, which is questions about love and relationships, we are desperately waiting for your emails to come in. So
We're taking your calls. We're waiting for your emails.
we are not taking your calls because we don't have a phone number.
We do. I'll give out my phone number right now. Just call me. Tell me. No.
You can email us at unhitchedyourdadtrying@gmail.com.
Call me, beat me, any way you want to reach me.
Cameron is hopefully all of the Looney Tune juice will be out of his system.
Looney Tune juice. Ew. So that about does it for this week of Unhitched Your Dad Trying.
Mm-hmm.
Please join us again next week for another exciting edition of Unhitched Your Dad Trying. Take it away.
Do y'all want me to sign off?
He's like over 4.
Lauren, let's let Lamy sign off.
Okay, bye.
Bye.